Remote work isn't just a Silicon Valley-style perk anymore, it's the new backbone of tech. Picture this. You roll out of bed, fire up your laptop, and by the time your coffee finishes brewing you're already fixing servers in Singapore, analyzing traffic in Toronto, and pushing code to a cloud cluster that hums somewhere above the Atlantic. In 2025, location has quietly resigned from its post as a hiring requirement. What matters now is know-how, bandwidth, and the willingness to solve problems for a team that may never share the same zip code, let alone the same office fridge. Yet that freedom raises a question many aspiring tech pros still whisper: which remote roles actually pay, grow, and stay secure? To answer, we're diving into 10 IT careers that thrive online, jobs you can do as easily from a mountain cabin as from a Manhattan apartment. Each one taps a different interest and skill set, but all have three things in common: serious demand, healthy pay, and career paths that won't disappear with the next algorithm update. Let's start with the Swiss Army knife of tech teams, the remote information technology specialist. These are the calm troubleshooters who keep distributed companies humming. When an employee's browser suddenly starts speaking in hieroglyphs or a new hire needs their VPN configured yesterday, the IT specialist steps in, deploying patches, sorting licenses, and walking teammates through fixes on video chat. Because the modern stack lives in the cloud, most repairs happen through secure remote access tools. As a result, an IT specialist's desk can be anywhere. Typical salaries land between $55,000 and $95,000 in the US, and the growth ladder is crystal clear. Nail the fundamentals, level up to IT manager, and one day oversee global infrastructure as a director of IT. But maybe you're more energized by rapid-fire problem solving, ticket after ticket, each one a digital puzzle begging for a solution. Enter the remote IT support specialist. Think of them as tech lifesavers on standby. They field Tier 1 and Tier 2 requests, guide confused colleagues through printer mysteries, and document fixes so the next person doesn't repeat the same frantic Google search. Help desk platforms and screen-sharing apps make this role completely location-agnostic, and flexible shifts allow moonlighting, upskilling, or simply catching your kid's afternoon soccer game. Pay starts around $40,000 and climbs to the mid-60s, but the pathway leads to support team lead, service desk manager, and beyond. Once tickets are closed and users are happy, someone still has to ensure the underlying servers never fling a dreaded 500 error at 3 in the morning. That someone is the remote system administrator, guardian of virtual machines, master of PowerShell and Bash. With SSH keys and infrastructure as code, a sysadmin can spin up, patch, or retire servers from a living room recliner. They automate backups, monitor performance dashboards, and turn firefighting into a well-oiled routine. Salaries hover between $70,000 and $110,000, while the career ladder often moves toward DevOps or site reliability engineering, where six-figure pay becomes the norm. Keeping those servers safe invites our next duo of security-minded professionals. First up, the remote network security analyst, the traffic cop of cyberspace. Their job is to watch the flood of packets, sniff out anomalies, and slam shut any vulnerabilities faster than a botnet can blink. Modern SIEM dashboards stream global telemetry to a secure web portal, so an analyst in Buenos Aires can quarantine malicious traffic hitting a firewall in Berlin without booking a single flight. With salaries stretching into the low six figures, these roles pave the way to Security Operations Center leadership. Taking the security baton a step further is the remote cybersecurity analyst, digital bodyguard and policy architect rolled into one. They hunt advanced threats, align controls with NIST and ISO frameworks, and educate staff so nobody clicks that shady invoice attachment. Cloud-first companies funnel every log into centralized platforms, allowing cyber analysts to pivot across continents in seconds. Compensation frequently ranges from $90,000 to $140,000, and top performers can ascend to security architect or even chief information security officer. Now, not every IT professional wants to pedal at the breakneck pace of a society. Some prefer to build. For them, there's the remote cloud infrastructure engineer. These engineers design elastic environments that scale from 10 users to 10 million without breaking a sweat or the budget. They write Terraform scripts, launch Kubernetes clusters, and comb through billing dashboards hunting stray spend. Because AWS, Azure, and GCP expose every control via web console or API, you can architect an entire data center while sitting on a beach, VPN connected, sunscreen applied. With pay often north of $100,000 and a ladder reaching toward director-level roles, cloud engineering remains one of tech's hottest tickets. But what happens to all that data a company generates once the infrastructure is live? It needs decoding, and that's where the remote data analyst shines. Armed with SQL, Python, and a sixth sense for patterns, analysts turn raw numbers into dashboards that steer executive decisions. Warehouses, notebooks, and visualization suites live in the cloud, so storytelling happens through screen shares and asynchronous Loom videos. Typical compensation sits between $60,000 and $100,000, with promotions into analytics engineering or data science for those hungry to advance. Of course, all that cloud capacity is useless if packets can't traverse the digital highways efficiently, which reintroduces the architect's mindset, this time through the lens of the remote network engineer. These pros blueprint LANs, WANs, and SD-WANs, tweak routing protocols, and automate changes with Ansible scripts. Today's hardware offers out-of-band management and cloud controllers, letting engineers optimize performance from airport lounges worldwide. Mid-career pay lands in the mid-80s to 130 range, and veterans may eventually carry the title of principal network engineer or architect. Zooming out even further, we arrive at the remote cloud solutions architect, the strategist bridging business needs and technical possibility. They run virtual workshops, sketch reference architectures on digital whiteboards, and guide migration roadmaps. It's a role requiring deep technical depth and broad communication talent, and companies know it. Salaries frequently soar past $125,000, with career ceilings extending to enterprise architecture or even CTO. Finally, quality can't be an afterthought just because the team is remote. Enter the remote quality analyst, software's final gatekeeper. This professional writes test scripts, hunts down edge case bugs, and ensures accessibility standards stick. Cloud-based test grids allow them to run suites overnight while they sleep, waking up to a neat list of pass-fail reports. Mid-five-figure pay is common early on, growing toward $90,000 in leadership positions for those who master both manual and automated testing. 10 roles, 10 different flavors of impact, yet all equally viable from the comfort, or adventure, of any location with reliable Wi-Fi. That's the magic of remote IT in 2025. The playing field is global, the opportunity abundant, and the only real limit is the curiosity you bring to the screen each morning. So, whether you're itching to chase cyber attackers through log files, architect serverless workloads, or translate terabytes into business gold, now is the time. Head to HireBasis, set your filters to remote, and let the next chapter of your career load faster than your morning latte. Remember, the office of the future isn't a space, it's a mindset, one that lets your talent speak louder than your geography.